نوح لي فكرتني يا طلعوا القصر الفوق سلموني علون السود هو السبب في تلف روحي كل شيء له نظر كل شيء له نظر يا حبايبي تنوح ليه فكرتني بالحبايب يا حبيبي تنوح ليه فكرتني بالحبايب ترى نرجع لوطن ولا نعيش قرايب كل شيء له نظر كل شيء له نظر يا لبان يا لبان يا لبان يا لبان يا لبان يا لبان كل شيء له نظر يا سيادي الدوايا عن النور ولا تحرموا من شبابي يا محمد سعيد يا كل شادي ثلاثة تحت الوسادة هنا 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 يلا حبيبي بحبك تعالى لي مشى وارجع يا ما سهرنا عاللوز الاخضر وبقيت انله يا عيني وهنا هنا يلا يا سلام حبيبي بحبك تعالى لي يا سلام اتمشى وارجع تاني يا سلام وانا اسال الله كريم يحمي يا رب حبيبي يا عيني قلبه على والله عليها هيدا 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 يلا يا سلام يا حبيبي بحبك تعالى لي يا سلام اتمشى وارجع تاني يا سلام مين في المحبة يعذر غير اللي جرب يا عيني شاف العذاب اشكال والوان طب هنا 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 يلا يا سلام يا حبيبي بحبك تعالى لي يا سلام اتمشى وارجع تاني يا سلام أول دخول الجنينة عيطي ياسمين للل أول دخول الجنينة عيطي ياسمين للل والسيسبان اختشى والورد ألدى من للل قال العناب افتحوا للعاشق المسكين يا للل يا للل يا عيني يا للل يا بابا يا للل طائرة 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 يا للل يا للل يا للل يا أبو العيون السود يا خلي يا للل يا للل يا للل خليك على كيفك تهني عيني يا للل يا سيدي يا للل يا بابا يا للل طائرة طائرة رايحين لحدث حبي معاكم راح للي يا رايحين لحدث حبي معاكم راح للي يا محمدين العينة فوق العينة بتفتح للي من يجي اللي حبيبي والفؤاد يرتاح للي يا اخويا يا للي يا عيني يا للي يا بابا يا للي طائرة 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 يا للي يا للي يا للي يا ابو العيون السود يا خلي يا للي يا للي يا للي خليك على كيف انت عيني يا للي يا سيدي يا للي يا بابا يا للي طائرة طائرة حالي انا اسمر وكل بالجد يحبوني انا روحوا اسالوه علبة العطر تلاقوني انا يعودون في المبيت المهدي شبكوني انا
Okay, let's see if this is working. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to this week's Torah study. All right, welcome to this week's Torah study. I am Hakham Melech ben Yaakov of the World Alliance of Qara'im. And yes, it's never it's never a boring moment. As I'd mentioned last, there could be a complete, and that's exactly on the Starlink at the moment. I'm tethering off my cell phone. This guy here, you can't even see it because, oh God, the background thingy. But there may be problems with the internet until the electricity goes back on, and I don't know when it's going to be. Yeah, we'll get to the moon in a second. So that's that. And what's even worse is I may run out of battery on my laptop, and if I do, then the study's over. If the electricity doesn't go back on by the time I run out of battery, in fact, I should turn down the screen brightness a little bit to try to slow that process down. Let's see. Let me take this thing off. I could always put it back on later. There we go. That's better. So yeah. And then other than that, let's see what exciting and interesting things are going on. I got thrown out of my local synagogue here. Actually, it has absolutely nothing to do with charism. It's a long story. If anybody wants to hear it, contact me privately. And yeah, it's a long story. So that's that. Yes, I do attend a rabbinical synagogue, not because I'm a great fan of the rabbis, but because I like being around other Jews. And so, I go there, I keep my charism kind of quiet. I keep it to myself. Although I do say some, opinions that are Karaite opinions. Obviously, I am who I am. And that's that. I just enjoy being around other Jews. So, but no, there was a controversy there, and I got chucked out. So that's that. Anywho, it's a long story. It's a long, ugly story, actually. So, I can't see you now. It's dark. Yeah, there's nothing much I can do about it, unfortunately. Let's see. I can make this a little bit. Is it any better? Maybe that's a little bit better. I don't think that's just a screen brightness. I don't think it's going to make a difference. So we'll do the best we can. And maybe one of these days I'll tell the whole controversy with the synagogue. But as I said, it has absolutely nothing to do with charism at all. It's just Jews are difficult to be around, And okay, Jews are a little bit difficult to be around, and if you mess a little bit with the powers that be, then they get a little bit upset and they don't like it. So that's whatever. If you're interested, contact me privately. I'll tell you all the gory details. But that's okay. No big deal. So here we are. I've got 32% left on my. We all need some social sharing. Yeah, exactly. I've got 32% left on my laptop. Hopefully the electricity will go back on before that runs down. And that's it. We'll do the best we can. So, all righty. So let's see what we have here. So there is no Parashat Shavua this week. The Rabbinites are getting close to their end of year reading cycle, which is totally fine. And so I guess they're running out of parshas. I don't know. I don't remember exactly how they figure out the parshas each year, but there are less than 52, and there are 52 weeks in a year, so they figure it out somehow. So they leave around this time of the year. They have, I guess, because today's rabbinical Rosh Hashanah, they have their own special parsha, and so they don't have a parsha to Shavua, which is actually good for us because it gives us the opportunity to tie up some loose ends in Deuteronomy. You know, each week we don't often finish the entire Torah study, which leaves a lot of loose ends here and there. And so I thought what we do today is go back and look over some of those laws that we missed when we were in a rush. So we're going to start in, let's see, parents' rights at the first one. We did that. Cursed is anyone hung on a tree. Yep, we got up to there. So we'll start in Deuteronomy 22. We'll take it from there, and we will see what happens. I like these laws that we're going to be doing now. They're kind of like just human laws, like laws based on how people should treat each other, which they should tell to the people at the synagogue. But at any rate, so that's that. Let me just close this off. Give me a second here. Just do a little bit of cleanup. And there we go. And by the way, I should mention, if you're in Israel, so the moon might be visible. So I had made the decision to declare Yom Teruah for tomorrow night because tomorrow night it will be easily visible. Tonight's a difficult sighting. So I think we're going to stick either way to tomorrow night. I mean, obviously everyone will do what they want, but we'll stick as a group. I'll recommend sticking to tomorrow night as the beginning of Yom Teruah. But if you want to go out and look for the moon, if you happen to be in Israel, and if you see anything, then let me know. In fact, I'm going to call my friend Bruce Brill right now while we're on the phone, and I will check in with him and see if he's been able to see anything. Hold on a second here. Bruce. 1 second here. Okay. Bruce?
Hello?
Yeah, it's Melech.
Hi, Melech.
Hi, how are you doing?
Okay.
Good. I'm doing the Torah study right now. So you're on the air actually, kind of. I mean, indirectly. I'm happen to be in the middle of the Torah study while I'm talking to you. But I wanted to know if you were able to see the moon tonight.
Well, it's not time yet.
It's not dark there yet? Okay. Oh, right. It's only 6:30. Okay.
No. We have another 5 minutes.
Okay.
Before it might even be possible to sight.
Okay. All right. So let me know if you sight it. I'm going to stick tomorrow night with. I'm going to stick with tomorrow night for now because even if it is a sighting, it's going to be a very difficult sighting. And
okay.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling I'm not going to sight it, even though you'll never guess where I am.
I don't know. Where are you?
Eilat.
Oh, you're in Eilat. What are you doing in Eilat?
I'm in Eilat. So it should be, in theory, it should be easiest to sight it in Eilat than anywhere else in Israel.
Because it's low humidity.
But you can't, and slow latitude.
Why would that make a difference? The latitude shouldn't make a difference.
It makes a big difference. Yeah, because the moon is easier to sight. Check it out.
Okay.
But anyway, I'll tell you why. In theory, it's easier to sight in Eilat. You know, Nehemiah used to come down on difficult moon sightings.
Yeah, I know. I went with him once. I remember.
Yeah. So why did he come to Eilat? Because it's the furthest southern point.
Okay. I didn't realize latitude made a difference. You'll explain it to me sometime.
That's the theory, but the practicality is that I'm in the city of Eilat.
Right.
And there's a mountain range to the west.
Yeah, I've been there.
And so that's why I don't think I'm going to sight it. But miracles happen.
All right, Bruce. I'm going to get back to the Torah study. Let me know if you cite it, okay?
Okay, sure.
All right. Shabbat shalom. Bye-bye. Okay. So that's that. All right. So we shall see what happens. Shabbat shalom. Ephraim ben Yaakov. Shabbat shalom. Trono de Safiro. Yecheskel Aleph Bet Vav. Sapphire throne. Okay. Trono de Safiro. I guess that's Sapphire throne in. I'm going to go with Spanish on that one. Huh. Okay. And Yecheskel. Okay, I got it. Oh, that makes sense. Yecheskel 1 Bet Vav. I don't know what that means, but okay. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So here we go. We're going to start now with the Torah study. And let me share the screen. We're down to 26%. There's still no electricity. So we shall see what happens. Okay. But we'll do the best we can. All right. So let's go here. Torah window, share. And you guys should be able to see the Torah. I mean the window. And I'll stay like that. And I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to go over here. And what do we have here? Oh, the paleo. Yeah. I'm not going to do that. I have been practicing. I got really rusty on my paleo, but I've been actually reading paleo all week. So I've gotten more up to speed on it, but we're not going to do that this week. We'll do that maybe another week. Okay, so Deuteronomy 22. Here we go. And we have Lo tir'eh et shor ahicha o et seu ni dahim wa hit alamta mehem. Hashev tashivem le ahicha. So do not see, do not witness, or do not behold your the ox of your brother, of your fellow Israelite, is really what that means. Or et sev, or his lamb. We could look up the exact animal terms. We've done that before, but I'm not going to go to that right now. It's to the best of my memory. Nidachim, nidachim, so it would be kind of like nidach is like lost, I guess maybe you would translate it as, or wandering, maybe. How they translate it here. Volki hitzuf, by the way, going astray. Mehem, and ignore them or hide your eyes from them. Rather, you shall certainly bring them back to your brother. So if you see your fellow Israelites animal wandering in the middle of nowhere, or just wandering, down the country road somewhere, and I remember low battery on the iPhone, no big deal. Oh, that is going to be a big deal, actually. Oh boy. Let's see what we got. 20%. That should be okay for now. So I remember I was on a mountaintop somewhere, and all of a sudden I'm like looking at the view, and all of a sudden I see this cow just like walk right in front of me. I'm like, what the heck is this cow doing here? But there it was, and so livestock wander off, and so if you see your fellow Israelites animal wandering off, you are required to return it to him, right? So this is being a good brother, being a good neighbor, and in fact, the word used here, le'achicha, literally means, the literal word of le'achicha is to your brother, but brother is the general word for kin. And really, in the context here, what it really means is fellow Israelite. So we are, I think it's a deep insight there that we are supposed to interact with our fellow Israelites as if they are our own family, as if they are our own brothers. It's a special brotherhood. It's a special kinship. It's a special relationship between all Israelites, that we don't treat each other just like other people that we might meet on the street. We treat each other like family, like brothers. And there are a lot of laws. There are a lot of laws that have to do with that, and we'll see some of them coming up. Okay, verse 2. Let me just make sure that this is working. That looks good. Okay, so Deuteronomy 22:2, and maybe we should get some commentary going here. So we'll go to our Mr. Alter dude, fellow guy. So we got to go to Deuteronomy 22 and have 23%. Sufi girl, what do you want, Sufi? Come here. Sufi girl. Okay, Deuteronomy 22. Hello. Let's move here. Sometimes it's very difficult to navigate through this PDF file. Okay. Deuteronomy 22. There we go. And that is page 1503. So let's bring that up here. Let's bring that up here. 1503. Okay. And we'll go down to commentary. Boom. There we go. Your brother's ox or his sheep. This brief group of laws, Exodus 23:4-5, with an important terminological difference. Exodus posits the extreme case of finding the beast of your enemy, whereas Deuteronomy, with its commitment to imagining a unified community of the Israelite people, repeatedly uses the term your brother. We could take a look also at Exodus 23 to compare. Maybe we'll do that. Ignore, the literal meaning is hide yourself, litalem. I think I translated it as hide your eyes, right? But yes, it's the reflexive. So litalem literally does mean make yourself disappear or make yourself absent. So so what does he have to say about that? I.e., pretend you don't see, right? So I translated it as hide your eyes, same idea, right? Okay, so let's go back. We are now in verse 2. And again, if anybody has questions or comments, please don't hesitate to chime in and to make them known, like they should have treated you at the synagogue. Exactly. Oh man, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Really, I mean, yeah, better I don't get started on that story. Okay, I will hold my tongue. All right, verse 2. Wa'im lo karov hicha elecha wa lo yad'ato wa asafto el toch betecha והיה עמך עד דרוש אחיך אותו ואשב אותו לו. So ואם לא קרוב אחיך אליך, if your brother is not nearby, right? ולא ידעתו, and you don't know who he is, and by the way, here they use the word ידעתו, to know, and often they mistakenly translate this as to intimately know or to know in a biblical sense. It's not true that whenever the word yada is used in terms of relationships between people that it means to intimately know, right? Can you imagine? Okay, I found my fellow Israelite's ox, but I've never had sex with him, so I don't have to, so that counts as I don't return it or something like that. Anyway, I don't know, I'm being stupid, but the point is, the serious point that I'm trying to make is that often the word yada is used in the sense of just to know, to be familiar with. It's right in the Romance languages such as Spanish and Portuguese. There are two different words. There's saber and conocer. I guess that would be in Spanish. And one means to know information, and the other one means to know a person, right? And so often in Hebrew, we'll see for to know information as yada, and to know a person is lahakir, at least in modern Hebrew. It's not really used that commonly in biblical Hebrew, but that distinction is not clear, and that distinction is not always the case, and certainly it's not here. Here, yada just means basically to know him or to know who he is, maybe is a good way to translate it. Lo yadato, and you don't know who he is. So you find some animal, you don't know who it belongs to, or it belongs to someone, all of your neighbors, you're going to know it's their animals because everyone in ancient Israel knew their neighbors, unlike in the modern United States. Literally nobody knows their neighbors. I mean, it's really crazy, as a matter of fact. I know when I go back to the United States and I visit, my parents barely know who their neighbors are, you know? Well, asafto, and they've been living in the same house for 50 years. Well, asafto el toch. But when we were growing up, we knew all the neighbors. We would play in their backyards, we'd play with their kids. So something has changed in that country. Literally nobody knows their neighbors anymore. Okay, well, asafto el toch betecha. So if you don't know the person who this animal that you found belongs to, then you bring it into your house. And you keep it with you. It shall be with you until your friend comes looking for him, or until your fellow Israelite comes looking for him. And then you give it back to him. Okay. So I think this is just a beautiful law, right? It's taking responsibility. Kol Yisrael arevim ze lezeh. All of Israel are responsible for each other. We're to treat each other like brothers, like family. And if you find the lost animal of your brother, you either return it, and if you don't know who it belongs to, or if you don't know the person that it belongs to, then you hold on to it. You are now going to take it into your house, and taking an animal into your house doesn't literally mean your house. It means like your farm, your backyard, whatever. But taking an animal into your possession is it's not exactly easy work, right? It's another mouth to feed. It's maybe you have to take care of it. Maybe you have to groom it. Who knows? Depends what type. I guess we don't groom cows and sheep. Maybe to shear it. I don't know. But you're taking that responsibility, right? It would be like in finding your a lost cat with a collar around its neck, and you have no idea who it belongs to, and now you're taking care of this cat until you can figure out who it belongs to and give it back to, right? It's work. So that's the way we treat our brothers. That's the way we treat our family. Okay, we put ourselves out on a limb for them. We go the extra mile for them, just the way we would for our own family, for our own brothers. And that is precisely why, in so many cases, when speaking about fellow Israelites, the word brother, la'achicha, for your brother, is used. Okay, so that's that. Let's see if any comments came up. But no, just go ahead and vent. We're here to listen. No. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Okay, so, but oh man, I'm tempted, but I'm not going to do it. No. I'm not going to do it. Call me privately if you want to hear. I actually would appreciate if people call me privately, because then I could roll it over and get some advice from them. And I've spoken to a bunch of people, and they each person has their own take on things, and it constitutes a lot of good advice for me. Okay, we're down to 17%. All right, I got to start doing something about this. So you're going to have to give me a minute here, everyone. Okay, I'll be right back. I got to get some external plugs that are at least going to slow down the decay. We're down to 16%. Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay. Let's see what's happening with my app. All right. Here's two. Okay. Let's get down to business here. So I got my external power packs. Let's see if I plug this into the computer. Wait a second. Wait a second. Something's not doesn't make sense here. I need a different connector. Hold on a second. All right, let me plug this one into the phone. In the meantime, hold on. Let's see here. This one goes in the phone. All right. This one goes in the phone. All right. Now let's stop the phone from bleeding electricity, at least for a while. Boom. That's that. Now I've got to get one more connector. Be right back. So this wire goes back. What are you doing? Okay. All right. Back. So let's see. Now I got to plug this in like so. Right in here. And this is going to go out. This goes, that's the USB-C I need. So that goes in. I got to turn that on. This is bleeding. Excuse me. And it is. All right. We are now in Deuteronomy 22:2. Wa'im lo kar. Oh, we read that already. 22:3. You know, and you know what the irony is with the synagogue is that, you know, I've over the years, hold on one second. Can you please? Where's that music coming from? Oh, just close Shane's door, please. Okay. Do me a favor. Okay, thanks. It's great to know when to know means sexual. Is it a different? It's by context. It's by context. It really is. Okay. It really means to know well, but that can mean different things in different contexts. So the irony with the synagogue is, you know, over the years, I've been thrown out of many groups, I guess, because I know how to make a nudnik of myself when I need to. But and a lot of times I've been thrown out of groups unfairly just because people didn't like the fact that I was a Karaite, or they didn't like the fact that I was say a real Karaite. I think that's a little bit too arrogant, presumptuous to say. A Karaite who tries to stick Shabbat Shalom Devorah palm tree, who tries to stick to the to the true meaning of the Torah and doesn't engage in the nonsense that the Egyptian Karaites engage in, kind of, mixing rabbinical Judaism with Karaism, or doesn't engage in the nonsense that one Karaite, to remain unnamed, does, going around and sitting with the Christians and then having to hear things like, oh, this such and such Karaite or this such and such person increased my faith in Jesus. I mean, do we really need to hear that? If someone came to me as a Karaite and say, oh, Melech, I want to thank you. You've increased my faith in Jesus. I would consider myself a complete failure as a Karaite. I would consider myself, I would, pack it in and say, okay, I have to do something else in my life than say I'm a Karaite, right? So at any rate, the point is, how did we get onto this? Yeah, the point is that, so because I've tried to stick to true Karaism as best I can, I'm Nobody's perfect. Then hold on a second. Volk, can you please close that door? Excuse me. Hello? Can you close the sunroom door, please? Okay, it's making a lot of noise. All the way, please. Okay, and take Shoham out. Take Shoham out. Okay? Come on. I'm right in the middle of a Torah study. Please. Okay? Take Shoham outside. I'm sorry. 1 second, please. So at any rate, my point is that, so I've been kicked out of many groups over the years. I'm almost used to it. And because of that, I've kind of adopted a policy with the World Alliance of Qara'im that you really have to do something really extreme to get thrown out of any group that I run with regards to the World Alliance of Qara'im or something else. I really just like to let people be themselves and explore, make mistakes like we all do, and apologize if we need to apologize, including myself, and just move on. I don't like this kind of dictatorial attitude where, someone says something to offend someone else, or, well, if they offend someone else, then maybe I'll get a little bit mad. But if they offend me, I don't like to say, you've offended me, you've hurt my ego, so you're out of here, kick you out of the group, or to try to, I've been in too many groups online and otherwise where everything's micromanaged, you almost feel like you're not even allowed to think or speak freely. You have to, think what you're supposed to think, say what you're supposed to, and I hate that kind of stuff. I really hate that kind of stuff. So you will very, very rarely see me ever throw anyone out of the World Alliance of Qara'im groups or any other groups that I run. You really have to go to an extreme. So what view does Karaism hold about Yeshua in general? Any Karaite who fellowships with Moranos, Christians, Messianics is engaging in pagan worship. Yeah. So what is? I can't tell you what all Karaites in general. Karaites reject Jesus completely. Obviously, Yeshua. It's also not so clear. I had a friend, a Karaite leading friend, who gave a lecture many years ago. In fact, it's still online. I still have the lecture online. It's very, very interesting. Let me see if I can find the link here. Hold on 1 second. It's on the World Alliance of Qara'im site. Just give me 1 second here. In fact, I can do it here. It's on the World Alliance. World Alliance of Qara'im. Well, you can let him in because he was very. I don't even know why you started feeding him. He was relaxed here. Okay, well, let him in and see if he gets relaxed, and then he could stay. Come, Shoshi boy. Shosho, come in, sweetheart. Come right here. Come here, baby. All right, so World Alliance of Qara'im. And we've got to go to, where's the menu? Come on, menu. Oh, I see we're on the other slow internet, so it's taking its time here. Oh boy, we're down to 10% on the computer. This is not good. And I've got to go to archives. And then here, let's see, where is it? What is it? No, Gezer, my disturbing stories, no. Questions and answers. There it is. Here. So this was a Karaite leading friend of mine. He gave this talk. Karaite attitudes towards Jesus and Muhammad, and you'd be very surprised to find that medieval Karaites actually considered, I don't know at all, I'd have to re-listen to the talk. I'd have to, rehear the talk. But basically, some medieval, I don't have it on the right screen. Let's try that again. There we go. I'm going to post the link now. And so there's the link. And you can listen to that talk. And some medieval Karaites actually considered Jesus and Muhammad to be prophets. And I don't think they literally meant prophets. They may have, but I think they meant more like, people on a mission, like Elon Musk is a prophet of our times or something like that. So, I definitely wouldn't go that far. I think that my attitude on Yeshua in particular is I'm as an historical figure, I actually kind of like the guy. I mean, I do not believe he's God. I do not believe he's son of God. Let's see if I can catch this fly. I don't believe he's anything other than a human being who lived for 30 something years and then died. Yes, Shane. What? Okay, cool. I don't believe he's anything other than a human being who lived for 30 years and died. I don't believe in the virgin birth. I don't believe in the his rising from the grave after 3 years. But if we were to go by what the Gospels say and what the New Testament says about what he said, then I agree with a lot of what he said. He was basically anti-Pharisee. I'm anti-Pharisee. That's cool. He taught a kind of, I guess you would say, antinomianism. Nomianism, I think it's called antinomianism, where he was against this ultra legalistic interpretation of the Torah, and his attitude, although I think he went a little bit too far overboard sometimes, was just do the right thing, be a good person. And so in that sense, I mean, his rant against the Pharisees is classic, man. I quote that all the time. I quote that to rabbis. I think I mentioned that a couple of weeks ago when I hear rabbis say, "Oh, yes, we've become, rabbinical Judaism has become too legalistic." But back in the day when we were the real rabbis, when we were the Pharisees, then it was different. That was real Judaism. And I always say, "Oh, really? Then why did Jesus have to say about the Pharisees in Matthew chapter 21, pretty much exactly the same thing that we say about them today, that they're hyper legalistic, that they care about the tiny little things and miss the big picture. It's exactly the same darn thing. So I quote Jesus. So to make a long story short, I mean, as a historical figure / human being, as an historical figure / human being, I happen to agree with a lot of what he says. I mean, I don't know if I'd go so far as to say I'm a fan. I mean, not a fan. I don't think I'd say fan. I respect his message, and I think his message was disruptive. It upset the power structure, and the power structure was corrupt. And again, we really don't know from the New Testament what really happened and what's just kind of like fan fiction by the disciples. But if I were to just go by what the New Testament has to say about his message, then I agree with a lot of it. Simple as that. Regarding Muhammad, I'm actually kind of a fan of Muhammad as well. I mean, he brought monotheism to the Arabian Peninsula. That's spread out from Morocco and even further south. From northern and even parts of sub-Saharan Africa, all the way out to India and Pakistan and beyond, in Malaysia, right? So so Muhammad resulted in turning a huge swath of the world from paganism to monotheism, and that's a good thing, right? So I'm actually, believe it or not, I know it sounds crazy, but I'm actually kind of a fan of Jesus, the historical figure, as best we can assess who he was, and Muhammad as an historical figure, as best as we can assess who he was. Obviously, there's a lot of fan fiction, there's a lot of exaggeration, there's a lot of embellishments, but for the best that I can understand who these people were as individuals, I agree with a lot of what they said. I think they both had very important, strong messages, and maybe in that sense they're quote unquote prophets. I don't literally think Jesus was a prophet the same way that Isaiah was, or Yecheskel was, or to quote our friend here, Trono dos Safiro. I don't think they were literally prophets. I don't think Yahweh came to them and spoke words to them the way he did to Daniel, or the way he did to whoever, or to Moses. But I think they were prophets, quote unquote prophets, in the sense that they were they were men on a mission, right? They're a man on a mission, and that somehow encapsulates a bit of prophecy. You're just channeling God's mission for you in life. Again, the same way. Can you take the cat and put him outside, because now he's driving a little bit crazy? Okay. Hold on a second. Come, Shoshel. Come, take him and put him out. Volk, take him and put him outside, please. Okay. So in that sense. So in that sense, the same way, I don't know, Donald Trump is a prophet, right? In that sense, right? I don't literally think Donald Trump is a. Can you please? Yeah, I don't literally think Donald Trump is a prophet, but he's a prophet in the sense that he's a man on a mission. He is kind of channeling his true mission in life. So that's the way I would think it's that's the way I would kind of put it. My relationship towards Jesus and Muhammad. But no more than that. I don't believe any of the nonsense that they speak about Jesus, about him dying and rising from the grave after 3 days. I don't believe he's the Son of God. I don't believe he's the future Messiah over Israel. I don't believe any of that stuff. Just an interesting historical figure who somehow or another, got translated into an icon that resulted in a religion that spread. I don't know. I wouldn't even call Christianity really monotheism, but tritheism, tripartite theism. At least 3 gods are better than a million gods, like the Hindus have, or something like that. And Muhammad, likewise, he spread true monotheism. In fact, Islam, in certain ways, is more monotheistic than rabbinical Judaism. He spread true monotheism, throughout a huge swath of the land. And I respect those people for that. I respect them for fighting against the powers that be and fulfilling their mission. Excuse me for 1 second. Okay. All right. It's fine. Go. Okay, so he is the miracle worker promised to test us in Deuteronomy 13, 1-4, in my humble opinion. You're talking about, Phil, you're talking about Jesus? So you're saying he's like the false prophet? Let's see here. All right, let's go to Deuteronomy 13 and see here. Deuteronomy 13. Uh-oh, I've got 8%. This is all going to end soon. This Torah study is going to end soon. Does anyone want to take over? Because I've got 8% left on my laptop. The electricity is not back. It ain't looking too good, boys and girls. Unless you know what? I can come on in my. There's no live chat. There's no live chat. 1 second here. I don't know what the heck is going on. Are we simulcasting on YouTube? 1 second, please. Excuse me, please. Okay. 1 second here. Let's see. Let me just see what's going on here for 1 second. 1 second, please. Okay. Let's go to the YouTube link. Yeah, this is working. Hold on. Is it going? I see it. I don't know why there's yeah, I see there's no live chat. That's weird. I see what you're saying, Marianne. Marianne is saying that there's no, I do see live chat. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I see it, Marianne, so I'm not sure. I don't know if you're on. Okay, so let's go back. All right. I think what I better do. Oh, shoot. I'm down to 5%. Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to do emergency measures here. Hold on. Hold on. So I've got to grab this link here. Okay, the moon was sighted, but we're still going to stick with tomorrow. Okay, so let's see here. I've got to go to this link here. I think I got to go to Chrome, Google Maps, Google Chrome. Why is this not doing it? 1 second here. Let's try this again. Oh boy. StreamYard, copy link. Paste. Go. Okay. Yeah, this laptop's about to go down the drain, so we're gonna have to do this somehow else. Let's see if this works. Hold on a second here. Gotta go back to Torah. No, back to here. here. Entering the studio. Got it. Copy link. Safari icon. Your navigation bar. Copy link. Okay, I guess I have to open in Safari. Okay, let's try that. Safari. Paste. Go. One second, people. See if this works. Entering the studio. To keep the studio secure, the host asks that you connect with YouTube or Facebook. But connecting as a guest. Okay, continue with YouTube. Oh my. I will use this. Entering the studio. Connect as Melech Ben Yaakov. Okay, that works, I guess. No, I should go in with the Karaite Insights one, honestly. Hold on a second. Oh, damn it. Oh, what a mess. All right, we'll just go with this. Allow cam mic access. Yes. Okay. Enter studio. Okay. Oh boy. Yikes. Hold on. I gotta turn this down. I think that'll solve that problem. Okay, only the host can see you. The host may add you on. So, okay, I have to add myself. That's weird. Okay. That's weird. Okay. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. Oh my God. Yikes. All right, I have to go on mute here. Hold on a second. Okay. I think that works. Okay. Let's see. So if now the laptop is back up to 6%, let me see if this is going to work like so. 1 second. Oh boy, this is a disaster today. But we'll make it work. Okay, somehow or another. Okay, so all right, I'm on the. I should really turn this down as well. Let's see. Okay, you guys can hear me okay? My question is to every Jew and keeper of Torah who is in the chosen land where the Creator has made his name to be. All right. So first of all, let's see now. Let me just respond to what's going on here regarding with the moon. Was it a difficult sighting? This is almost over here. I see this laptop is getting slow now because it's at 6%. Okay. Just working out with the moon. Here Bruce is responding. Okay, so Bruce has not seen the moon. Dave, I see this computer is okay. Dave has seen the moon. Okay. And there's just too much going on here. So, okay, let's try to get back to Deuteronomy here. We'll figure it out all later. So the moon was spotted by average moon sighters in Israel. So if you want to keep Yom Teruah tonight rather than tomorrow night, I assume now, based on the fact that the people who sighted it in a Haifa area are not very, very experienced. They have some experience, that a bunch of new moon reports are going to come in. He also says his 80-year-old to see it. So yeah, I think maybe I'm going to do that. As a matter of fact, I think let me wait a little bit longer and see what other moon reports come in, and then we'll decide. Then we can all decide. Okay, let's wait a little bit. All right, so all right, we're down to 5% on this. There's still no electricity. So Phil wanted to check out Deuteronomy 13. So let's take a look at Deuteronomy 13. Here, Torah. Oh boy. Yeah, this is like frozen because it's so. I think the laptop is. That's it. It's basically dead. And once it gets down to 5%, that usually means it's dead. But let's see here. Let's see here. Okay. The moon is sighted by other people. And we have pictures coming in. So I guess so. I guess it's gonna have to be. So this makes today Yom Teruah. All right, I'll send out new calendar later or when I get a chance. But yeah, I guess we're gonna declare today as a Yom Teruah. And I really should put out the message. But there's too many technology issues going on. It's gonna have to wait until a little bit later. So okay, I guess today is officially Yom Teruah, and that's it. All right, that's the way it is. Okay, so Deuteronomy 13. This is moving very slowly. All right, I really don't know what to do here because we're having technical issues. All right, let's see what happens. This is not charging. This is charging. All right. Let's Okay, now there should be sound. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, now I've switched over to my cell phone. And I have no way to share the screen as far as I can see. So I'm not going to share the screen, but I will try to do the best I can without sharing the screen. So let me go now to Deuteronomy 13 that Phil was speaking about. What a technological disaster we're having today. But okay, we'll make it happen. Okay, Tanakh. So you'll have to follow along in your own Tanakhs. Tanakh Hebrew. Let me do this like so. I don't know what the heck I'm doing here anymore. Okay. No, it's going to be easier like this. Okay, so let me just check back on StreamYard to see if it's working. Okay, so you guys, right, I guess you can see me. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, Deuteronomy. I'm not going to be able to display Deuteronomy, unfortunately. And I'm working now on my cell phone. So which verse was it again you were saying? I have to go back in the chat. Hold on a second. Let's go to chat. Comments. So Phil said Deuteronomy 13, 1 through 4. Deuteronomy 13, 1 through 4. Deuteronomy 14. That's the problem. Okay, let's go back to Deuteronomy 13, 1 through 4. Okay, so Deuteronomy 13, 1 through 4 says, unfortunately, again, I can't show the screen, but Ki, Yakum, Vakir Becha, Navi, Holem Halom, we Natan, Elecha, Oth, or Mofeth. So if there should arise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams, when Natan Elecha Oth, and he gives you a Natan Elecha Oth, and he provides for you a sign, or Mofet, they usually translate as a wonder. So I guess a sign or something wondrous, right? He says something is going to happen. Okay, let's read on. Verse 2. And the sign or this wondrous thing, maybe we could translate mofet as miracle. I like that better. The sign or this miracle, which he spoke to you about, lemor. Okay, hold on a second. ובא האות או מופת אשר דיבר אליך, לאמור נכח אלוהים אחרים אשר לא ידעתם ונעבדם. Okay, so right, so he provides some sign. I guess this is the context here. He provides some sign. He says, but then he ties it together. And the sign comes to be, the sign or the miracle which he spoke to you about comes to be, and he says to you, therefore, let us go follow foreign gods, who you did not know. And by the way, there's that word yadatem again. So it does not mean in this case to sexually know. Yadatem means to know, or I guess you could say intimately know or know well, but it certainly doesn't imply any sexual interaction here, obviously. Yadatem we'na'avdem, that we should follow after these foreign gods which we didn't know, which we knew nothing about, we'na'avdem, and serve them. Verse 3. Lo tishma el divrei hanaviyahu, do not listen to the words of that prophet, or el cholem hacholmim, cholem chalom hahu, or that dreamer of dreams, ki menaseh Yahweh Elohechem etchem leda'at, because Yahweh, your God, is testing you, etchem leda'at, hayishchem oavim et Yahweh Elohim, v'chol levavchem v'chol nafshechem, because Yahweh, your God, is testing you to know. Hayishchem Oops, I just lost the place. Hayishchem ohavim et. Do you really love, or do you love Yahweh your God with all your heart and all your soul? So again, I think the situation that's being spoken about here is someone comes along, says, I predict that there will be a solar eclipse on September 28th at 2 p.m. And that solar eclipse comes on September 28th at 2 p.m. And then the prophet comes back and says, see, that proves that I'm a real prophet. I predicted the future, and now I'm telling you, as a prophet, I'm saying, let's go worship the Chemosh, the god of Chemosh is Moab, right? The god of Moab, I think it's Moab. All right, and so that's the situation, and now you're tempted to listen to him because he's predicted a sign. He's given you a sign, or he's predicted, or he's performed some kind of miracle, like healing. Like healing people or something like that. So now you're tempted to listen to him when he tells you to come with him to worship these foreign gods. That's the trick there. That's what's going on. Okay. Let me just check back on StreamYard here to make sure everything is hunky-dory. It looks okay. Yeshua prophesied the siege that took place in the Christian version, but the Jewish one is the real deal. Okay. Okay. Where are we? Oh, I gotta close this out. Okay. So, right. So God is testing you. Verse 4. This is Deuteronomy 13:4 again. I'm sorry, but I can't show the screen because, well, you know why already. Acharei Yahweh Elohechem telechu ve'oth ve'otot yira'u. So you shall go, you shall follow after Yahweh, your God, ve'otot yira'u, and you shall fear him. With mitzvotav tishmaru, and you shall keep his commandments. Ubekolot tishma'u, and you shall listen to his voice. Ve'oto, in other words, you should listen to what he tells you. Ve'oto ta'avodu ubo tidabekun, and you shall serve him, and you shall cling to him. Oops. 1 second here. Okay. Navi hahu on cholem chalom hahu yumat ki diber sara al Yahweh Elohechem hamotzi etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim v'hapodcha mibeit vodim lahadichacha min haderech asher tzivcha Yahweh Elohecha lalechet ba bi'ata hara mikirbecha. Okay, so that was a mouthful. So we're in verse 5. This is Deuteronomy 13:5. Again, I'm sorry, you'll have to follow along on your own in the English or the Hebrew. So Hanaviyahu, so that prophet, or that dreamer of dreams, Yumat, shall be put to death, shall be killed. Ki diber Sarah al Yahweh, because he spoke. Let's see how to translate Sarah. That's not exactly a very common word, but I guess Sar from the verb Sar. They translate it as apostasy. Oops. So Sar means like to go away. Sarah, wrongdoing. Okay, we'll go with apostasy. So the root Sar, Samecharesh, means to deviate from the path. So Sarah, I'm assuming, is related to that same root. So we'll go with, apostasy. Yumat ki diber Sarah al Yahweh, because he's spoken apostasy, he's spoken lies about Yahweh Elohechem, or he's spoken slander about Yahweh Elohechem, about Yahweh your God, hamotzi etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, who took you out of the land of Egypt, ve'hapodcha mibeit vadim, and who redeemed you from the house, from the slave house, from the slave pits, lahadichacha, in order. Now this is not speaking about Yahweh again, it's speaking about this false prophet. What's his motivation? In order to distance you, mina derech, from the path, asher tzivcha Yahweh Elohecha lalechet ba, that distance you from the path that Yahweh, your God, commanded you to go on. And in doing so, in other words, by killing this prophet, you shall burn out, you shall burn the evil from your midst. M-I-D-S-T, not from your midst, from your midst. Okay, so that's what these verses are speaking about. Okay, so there comes a prophet along. He shows you, he wows you with his little magic tricks, right? He tells you how much money you have in the wallet and the last 4 digits of your social security number, and so you start believing him. And then he tries to convince you, using this belief that he's built up with you, this quote unquote trust that he's built up with you. He tries to convince you to go worship foreign gods and reject Yahweh. So such a prophet is testing you to see if you, or God is testing, Yahweh is testing you to see if you really love him. And he is, so that quote unquote prophet, that false prophet, should be put to death. And in doing so, you burn out the evil from among you shall burn out the evil from among your midst. Okay, so that's Deuteronomy 13. I've got a lot of comments here. Let me just check in on the comments. Okay. Okay, so all right, so that's that. So that is Phil's take on Jesus, that he was this kind of false prophet. He came with some signs and wonders, and then he tried to convince people to worship a foreign god. I'm not sure I actually go for that. Yes, that is what Christianity became. Christianity became worship of foreign gods, in other words, worship of Jesus himself. But I don't think that Jesus, the historical figure, had any intention of tempting Israel away from worship of Yahweh and towards foreign gods. I actually think that Jesus, the historical figure, was quite the opposite, that his intention was to bring people back to Yahweh by getting them away from this hyper legalistic Pharisaic understanding of the Torah. So as an historical figure, I don't see him as falling into this false prophet. He didn't try to tempt anyone away, from my knowledge of the New Testament, from worship of Yahweh. You could say, yes, he did, in the sense of like the Chabad Rebbe, that he tried to convince people that he was something special, so they should kind of worship him. But I don't think that he ever went to that extreme. I don't think he ever implied that he should be worshipped. He kind of implied that by sticking with him, then you can get close to God. He thought, my take on it is, he probably thought he was the Messiah. He thought he was had some special role, that he thought he had Messiah complex. I've met many people in Jerusalem who have Messiah complex. So Jesus certainly would not be anything out of the ordinary if he lived in Jerusalem, which he didn't, but or anywhere in Israel for that matter, but especially in Jerusalem. All right, you walk down the street in Jerusalem, and in any given day you'll run into about 5 or 10 different Messiahs. No biggie there. So I guess my take on him is, yes, he thought maybe he was the Messiah. He thought he was the king over Israel, right? The king of the Jews and all this kind of stuff. But I don't see any indication that he ever encouraged people to worship him or to accept him as a god. He did say, I guess you can only come to the Father through the Son, but I don't think he meant in that respect. I don't think he meant that he was some deity or demigod or anything like that. I think he just meant and felt that he was the Messiah, so that by clinging to him, by following him as a spiritual leader, then that will then he will lead them to God. In other words, he will help them get close to God. That's my take on it. That's my take on it. I don't see anything more than that. Obviously, that's not eventually what Christianity became. Christianity turned from a Jewish sect with a small, insignificant Jewish sect with a Rebbe at its head named Yeshua or Jesus, into first, I guess Paul was the first one to kind of you know, Paul was the first one, I guess, to kind of decide that Christianity is no longer for the Jews, but also for the all of the nations, the uncircumcised. And it was really Paul. I think if anyone was the paganizer, it was not Jesus himself. I don't really get that impression. It was Paul who basically tried now to export, after Jesus died, tried to export this religion, right? Went around to different places, Syria, I don't even remember all the lists of places he went, Rome, and he tried to export this new religion, or he tried to take this group of this insignificant Jewish sect following their slightly kooky but maybe insightful Rebbe, and turn this into a new religion for all the people. So it was really Paul. I think it was the impression I get. It was really Paul who created Christianity, not Jesus. I don't think Jesus had knew much about Christianity at all, or did he have any intention of creating a new religion or having anyone worship him? It was really Paul who, for whatever reason, rejected the idea of Christianity or it wasn't even Christianity back then, this new fledgling, sect, tiny little insignificant sect, who really rejected the ideas of the original leader and decided to turn it into worship of the original leader, kind of like Chabad does to a certain degree with the Rebbe that died back in the early 90s. And that's really those are really the roots of paganism. I guess you could say maybe Jesus somehow encouraged it, either consciously or subconsciously, or the fact that this is what hindsight is 2020. The fact that this is eventually what it led to a new, non-monotheistic, a new polytheistic religion, which included worship of a human being, of a dead human being, as my good friend Surya likes to say, a Jew on a stick, a Jewsicle, where it included worship of a new god, a Jewsicle. Then that's maybe Jesus had somehow responsibility for it. Maybe like the Rebbe of Chabad, the Chabad Rebbe, maybe he encouraged his followers to believe that he was the Messiah. But directly speaking, I don't see any indication. I don't see any indication anywhere that Jesus himself, as an historical figure, wanted to create a. Marianne, don't worry about my friends. Okay, as a ignore them. Anyone could say what they want, just to argue it all out politely, please. And but I don't think that his intention was deliberately, at least, to set up a new pagan religion. It just, that's the way it worked out. I really see Paul as the devil in this whole thing, not Jesus. Although, yes, again, maybe there was something in his message that encouraged that kind of direction. So, okay, that's that. So, and again, is classifying Jesus as this false prophet who came with signs and wonders, who encouraged the Israelites to go worship foreign gods. I don't see that. I don't see anywhere in the entire New Testament that Jesus encouraged worship of foreign gods. Quite the opposite. I think he encouraged worship of Yahweh, and in fact, he was kind of like a Karaite. He was basically kind of a Karaite, to be honest. And this is something that a Karaite, something that another Karaite shared with me many years ago, and I actually agree. I think he was kind of a Karaite. He was antinomianism, antinomial, I think is the right word, right? He was against this hyper legalistic interpretation of the Torah, right? The famous rant that he does against the Pharisees. You strain the gnat out of a cup of water, but you forget the important things, right? That's classic antinomian, philosophy. Basically, saying you're worried about all these little minutia of the law, but you forget the big picture. And that's exactly what I, as a Karaite, consider the Pharisees to have done. That's why they're a disaster. They added a whole bunch of whole bunch of laws and interpretations that are not. They've done worse even than Jesus said, but they added a whole bunch of hypocrites. You like the best places in the synagogue. You see the same damn thing today. That's why I'm going through it. My synagogue right here. But I don't think that I don't think that he ever encourage people to go worship foreign gods. Quite the opposite. Okay, so that's my rant on Jesus. Again, if you're interested, you can listen to that link that I sent. Let's see if I could find it. I don't even think I could put it up. But if you go to, let's see, how do I do this? Chat with everyone in the studio. Oh, I see. I'll post the link in the chat again. No, I'm not gonna go. If you go to Karaite Insight, not Karaite Insights. If you go to the World Alliance of Qara'im, and then you go to archives, there's one talk that a friend of mine gave at least 10 years ago, and that the saying that medieval Karaites considered both Jesus and Muhammad to be quote unquote prophets. Whatever they meant by that is not 100% clear, but that seems to be the case. Okay, so let's see. Only the ones who touch and choose prophecy always, no, blah blah blah. Okay, so yeah, so I guess now regarding the new moon sighting, I'll have to put out a new moon report Okay, I think we're back on. Can you guys hear me now? Yes, I'm back on. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is a technological disaster. All right, I gotta close this computer down now, but I think I'm back on. Back on. Okay, are we back on? Okay, all right. Oh boy. But now no chat. I don't know. That's ridiculous. Okay, let me shut this down in case we need it again. So that's the computer shutting down. Okay. So that's it. And I'm echoing. Yeah, the echoing is going to stop in a second. All right. So here's the story, people. I think that due to the fact that the Yom Teruah date has changed, and I really should get out this new moon report and speak to people, I think that we have two choices here. Either someone take over the study and be brave and teach some Torah to everybody. And let me say something. You do not have to be a Torah expert to teach Torah to everybody. In fact, I encourage everyone, to teach. If it's in your heart to teach, teach. Believe it or not, it's enough even to just read the Torah and then read the translation and then open it up for discussion or to give your opinion on it. That's already a Torah study, okay? So if anyone would like to be the brave one, to come online and take over the Torah study for about the next half an hour while I send out the new moon report and update the date for Yom Teruah, then let me know right now. And if not, then I'm going to end the Torah study for today because this is important. It's important that the new moon report get out and that people know that Yom Teruah is today rather than tomorrow. So I think that's more important than the Torah study. Okay. So does anyone want to take over? Have a Jesus follower teach? No. That I can't do. That's going too far. If this were a Christian study, then maybe, but it's not. Okay. So would anyone like to take over? Going once. Going twice. Anybody? I'm not gonna start calling out names. That's unfair. But if you would like to, then let me know right now in the chat. Going 2.5 times. Going 3 times. Okay, I guess that's it then. So I'm going to end the Torah study here. It's been a technological disaster, but we did learn some good stuff today. And I'm going to send out the new moon report. What this means is that Yom Teruah starts now, tonight, at sunset, wherever you are, and continues until tomorrow night, until my belief now is that the holiday, Shabbat, everything ends not at sunset, but at the end of what's called Ben Arba'im, or the Erev, at the end of the mixed day and nighttime, the end of what we would call the evening. So basically, when the night sky reaches the maximal darkness for that particular night, right? It never is completely dark. There are always stars. There's the moon. Well, there won't be tonight, but there's whatever other lights might be, planets, and even just lights from the city and stuff like that. But whenever the sky reaches its the electricity just came back on. Oh shoot! Wait a second here. Hold on a second. Hold on. Hey, the electricity's back on. Hold on. But I still think I'm going to have to stop the study. Okay, hold on a second here. I'm going to have to stop the study to, wait, let's see here. It means we'll get back on Starlink. Well, let's open it then, since we've solved, at least for the moment, our technology problems. Hold on a second. Hold on. This is the weirdest Torah study I've ever done. Well, it's up there. I've done some pretty weird ones. Okay. Hold on a second, people. Hold on. Chat, comments. Uh-huh. All right. 1 second. 1 second. And then we're going to get echo again, I suppose. I better turn this off. Oh, no, I'll turn that off. Okay. Back on. Are we back on Starlink? Are we back? Oh, we're back on Starlink. Okay, that's good. We are back on Starlink. That's WhatsApp. I can close out WhatsApp. Notes. I can close this out, I guess, for now. Now I have to go back into here. Oh, I see. I got, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, just give me a minute here. So we'll take a vote. So I've got to go do the new moon report right now. So if no one wants to take over the study, then the other thing I can do is I can leave music on for about a half an hour. So we can either end the study or leave music on. So please vote. Give me your vote, please. If you would like me to just end the study, then let me know. And if you would like to listen to some music, Israeli, and whatever else happens to come up, kind of music for the next half an hour or so while I send out the new moon report, then let me know. Okay, guys, write your vote in the chat. Let you teach. Marianne, I can't because you're going to start with the Jesus stuff and it's going to really piss people off. And I would say you can come teach. So Marianne's a very good friend of mine, but she is definitely Christian or Christian leaning. And if she starts teaching, then I know it's going to end up being some Jesus stuff, and that's going to create like a war. Okay. Okay. So right. So okay. So what did we decide, people? Music for the next half an hour, or just end the study? And let's see. I think I can actually get on here. Okay. Okay. That's that. Okay. Okay. Now echoing. Okay. Now this comes in. Okay. If I leave here, then that takes care of that. And now I think we're back on, and we're on Starlink. That's good. We got the electricity going. Let Ethan. Okay, fine. Ethan, come on. You want to do it? Come on, people. I would like to argue with Marianne about the. Okay, fine. Do you guys, are you okay with Marianne coming up and teaching? You guys, it's going to be a war. I'm just telling you right now. Marianne, get ready. You're going to get viciously attacked. I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know what the reality is. You want to do it, Marianne? Uh-oh. If you want to do it, you can do it. If everyone agrees, okay, I'll let you do it. But it's going to be, oh boy. All right, but you would have to come onto StreamYard. You can't do it from YouTube. You don't have to put your face on you could just do it. I don't care if you just put it on, just voice. It's better face, but if you don't want to do that, then just put it on voice. But it's going to be fireworks. I'm telling you that right now. You don't want to do it. Okay. All right. So what did we decide, people? Music? Sorry, I just meant to talk about Yeshua, as I only knew about charism through a friend who believes World War III. Yes, it will be World War III. All right, Marianne, you want to do it? Come on. Let's go. You've been through more dangerous things, right? Marianne is one of my skydiving. I have a number of different families, and Marianne is from my skydiving family. We are fellow skydivers, so she's a brave girl. Let me tell you that. That's 100% for sure. So, no, yes, somebody. Okay, if nobody wants to do it, music. All right, I'll do this. I'll put on music. I'm gonna go deal with the new moon stuff. Okay. I will put on music. If anyone wants to teach the class for the next half an hour, then let me know. And Ethan, do you want to do it? Oh, here comes Marianne. Oh boy, this is going to be interesting.
No,
Here we go. Hey, Marianne.
Shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How you doing across the drink there?
Not bad, not bad, not bad. Now that the electricity is back on. Okay.
Yes.
So you're going to do this,
am I really going to be teaching? So I'm going to start off with saying that if you read my shirt, it'll tell you how well I'm going to do a Torah study.
I'm why we can't have nice things. What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
No disrespect to anybody, Karaites. I love being here. I love your teachings. And as I always tell you, I'm a Jesus follower. I'm not a Christian because I don't like that word either. But I would love to teach everyone and have a conversation. I dare say that I had a really rough night. So if I were in a better form and it weren't a holiday on your end also, and I wasn't so intimidated to teach you guys.
Intimidated.
Well, I don't really know. I don't want to disrespect more than anything. You know what I mean? Because
go for it. It's a tough crowd here. You don't have to worry. Honestly, just let it hang out. Really.
What am I teaching, Michael?
I don't know. What are you teaching?
Well, you know where I'm going.
I got to put up a disclaimer now. I just got to put up a disclaimer. We are allowing Mary Ann, you call yourself a follower.
A follower of Jesus.
I'll put Yeshua to teach while Melech takes care of the new moon report.
No, don't type that. Please don't.
Why?
Because I really want to, but I was just playing around. I don't know what I would teach.
It doesn't matter. Teach whatever. Or you can open up a discussion about Jesus. Seriously.
How about we make a deal? How about we make a deal while everybody looks at us and has a good time listening? You and I will set up a study that I will work with you, and you can teach me to teach. How's that?
It sounds too complicated. All right. If you don't want to do it, I'm certainly not going to force you.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. It's easier to jump out of an airplane to teach in religion.
All right. So you don't want to do it?
No, not this time. Thank you.
Okay. All right, then. I understand.
Much obliged. Thank you for the honor. I appreciate it.
No problem. All right, Marianne. So I'm going to
love you, buddy.
Love you too. Okay. All right. So I'm going to, I guess I'll just mute Marianne. Marianne, if you want to say something, then you're still on here. Okay. So I guess no one wants to teach. So I'm going to put some music on. Oh, why is it now telling me that?
Thank you for the opportunity, though, Michael.
All right. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. So, okay. I'm new in the hood. Be yourselves blessed. Okay. All right, then. I'm going to put on some music, and I'm going to go take care of the new moon report. Okay? So that's what I got to do. So, all right. Let's see here. So I'm going to go here. Torah. YouTube. This has definitely been one of the strangest Torah studies I've ever done. Okay. There we go. Now I've got to go back here.
תן למות רגליך, אל ינום שומרך. הנה לא ינום ולא יישן שומר ישראל. השם שומרך, השם צילך, על יד ימינך. יומם השמש לא יככה וירח בלילה. השם ישמורך מכל רע, ישמור את נפשך. השם ישמור צאתך ובואך מעתה ועד עולם. שיר למעלות, שא עיני אל ההרים, מאין יבוא עזרי. שמיים וארץ, אל ייתן למות רגליך, אל ינום שומרך, הנה לא ינום ולא ישן שומר ישראל, השם שומרך, השם צילך, על יד ימינך. יומם השמש לא יככה וירח בלילה, השם ישמורך מכל רע, ישמור את נפשך, השם ישמור צאתך ובואך מעתה ועד עולם. שומר ישראל, השם שומרך, השם צילך, על יד ימינך. יומם השמש לא יככה וירח בלילה, השם ישמורך מכל רע, ישמור את נפשך, השם ישמור צאתך ובואך מעתה ועד עולם. אוי 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 שיר למעלות, אשא עיניי אל ההרים, אוי מאין יבוא עזרי, עזרי מעם השם עושה שמיים וארץ, אני ייתן למות רגליך, אל ינום שומרך. אוי 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 שיר למעלות, אשא עיניי אל ההרים, אוי מאין יבוא עזרי, עזרי מעם השם. Na 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 Hashem Melech, Hashem Malach, Hashem Yimloch, Leolam Va'ed. Hashem Melech, Hashem Malach, Hashem Yimloch, Leolam Va'ed. והיה השם למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה השם אחד ושמו אחד. אוי ננאי 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 נאי 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 השם מלך, השם מלך, השם ימלוך לעולם ועד. השם מלך, השם מלך, השם ימלוך לעולם ועד. והיה השם למלך על כל הארץ, היום ההוא יהיה השם אחד ושמו אחד. אוי והיה השם למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה השם אחד ושמו אחד, אוי נה נה ניי נה ניי נה 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 ניי 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 נה 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 ניי 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 נה ניי אוי ניי 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 נה ניי נה נה ניי נה ניי נה 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 ניי 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 נה 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 ניי 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 נה ניי 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 נה נה ניי והיה השם למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה השם אחד ושמו אחד, והיה השם למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה השם אחד ושמו אחד, נה נה ניי נה ניי נה 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 ניי 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 נה נה ניי 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 נה נה ניי נה ניי נה נה ניי 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 נה נה ניי 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 אוי ניי ניי נה נה ניי מקימי מעפר מהשפות ירים אביון להושיבי עם נדיבים עם נדיבי עמו מי כהשם אלוקינו המגביהי לשבת המשפילי לראות בשמיים ובארץ אוי מקימי מעפר דל מהשפות ירים אביון אוי להושיבי עם נדיבים עם נדיבי עמו ניי ניי נה ניי נה ניי נה נה ניי ניי נה ניי נה נה ניי 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 נה ניי 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 אוי אוי נה ניי נה נה ניי נה נה ניי ניי נה ניי אוי נה נה ניי נה ניי מי כהשם אלוקינו המגביהי לשבת המשפילי לראות אוי בשמיים ובארץ אוי מקימי מעפר דל מהשפות ירים אביון אוי להושיבי עם נדיבים עם נדיבי עמו
אני מאמין באמונה שלמה בביאת המשיח, אני מאמין. אוי ואף על פי שיתמהמה, עם כל זה אחכה לו בכל יום שיבוא. אוי ואף על פי שיתמהמה, עם כל זה אחכה לו בכל יום שיבוא. אני מאמין באמונה שלמה בביאת המשיח, אני מאמין. ואף על פי שיתמהמה, עם כל זה אחכה לו בכל יום שיבוא. ואף על פי שיתמהמה, עם כל זה אחכה לו בכל יום שיבוא. נאי נא נא נאי, נאי נא נא נאי, נאי נא נא נאי, נא נא נאי, נאי נא נא נאי, נאי נא נא נאי, נאי נא נא נאי, נא נא נאי. ואף על פי שיתמהמה, עם כל זה אחכה לו בכל יום שיבוא. ואף על פי שיתמהמה, עם כל זה אחכה לו בכל יום שיבוא. אוי, ואף על פי שיתמהמה, עם כל זה אחכה לו בכל יום שיבוא. כי איש הישראלי צריך תמיד להסתכל בהשכל של כל דבר ולקשר עצמו אל החוכמה והשכל שיש בכל דבר, כדי שיעיר לו השכל שיש בכל דבר להתקרב להשם יתברך על ידי אותו הדבר. כי איש הישראלי צריך תמיד להסתכל בהשכל של כל דבר ולקשר עצמו אל החוכמה והשכל שיש בכל דבר, כדי שיעיר לו השכל שיש בכל דבר להתקרב להשם יתברך על ידי אותו הדבר. כי השכל אור גדול ומאיר לו בכל דרכיו, כמו שכתוב חוכמת אדם תאיר פניו. כי איש הישראלי צריך תמיד להסתכל בהשכל של כל דבר ולקשר עצמו אל החוכמה והשכל שיש בכל דבר, כדי שיעיר לו השכל שיש בכל דבר להתקרב להשם יתברך על ידי אותו הדבר. כי השכל אור גדול ומאיר לו בכל דרכיו, כמו שכתוב חוכמת אדם מאיר פניו. כי איש הישראלי צריך תמיד להסתכל בהשכל של כל דבר ולקשר עצמו אל החוכמה והשכל שיש בכל דבר, כדי שיעיר לו השכל שיש בכל דבר, להתקרב להשם יתברך על ידי אותו הדבר, להתקרב להשם יתברך על ידי אותו הדבר. אוי נאי איי נאי אוי נאי. צריך כל אדם לומר, כל העולם לא נברא אלא בשבילי. כי צריך כל אדם לומר, כל העולם לא נברא אלא בשבילי. נמצא כשהעולם נברא בשבילי, צריך אני לראות ולעיין בכל עת בתיקון העולם ולמלות חסרון העולם ולהתפלל בעבורם. כי צריך כל אדם לומר, כל העולם לא נברא אלא בשבילי. כי צריך כל אדם לומר, אוי אוי כל העולם לא נברא אלא בשבילי. נמצא כשהעולם נברא בשבילי, צריך אני לראות ולעיין בכל עת בתיקון העולם ולמלות חסרון העולם ולהתפלל בעבורם. נמצא כשהעולם נברא בשבילי, צריך אני לראות ולעיין בכל עת בתיקון העולם ולמלות חסרון העולם ולהתפלל בעבורם. לא נברא אלא בשבילי, לא נברא אלא בשבילי. כל העולם לא נברא אלא בשבילי. כל העולם לא נברא אלא בשבילי. צדיק כתמר יפרח, כארז בלבנון יסגה. צדיק כתמר יפרח, כארז בלבנון יסגה. שתולים בבית השם, בחצרות אלוקינו יפריחו, עוד ינובון בשיבה. דשנים ורעננים יהיו, להגיד כי ישר השם צורי ולא עוולת בו. נאי נא נא נאי נא נאי נאי נא נא נאי נא נאי נאי נא נא נאי נא נאי נאי נא נא נאי נא נאי. צדיק כתמר יפרח, כארז בלבנון יסגה. צדיק כתמר יפרח, כארז בלבנון יסגה. שתולים בבית השם, בחצרות אלוקינו יפריחו, עוד ינובון בשיבה. שנים ורעננים יהיו, להגיד כי ישר השם צורי ולא עוולת בו. נאי נא נא נאי נא נאי נאי נא נא נאי נא נאי נאי נא נא נאי נא נאי נאי נא נא נאי נא נאי. ודע שהאדם צריך לעבור על גשר צר מאוד, על גשר צר מאוד. ודע שהאדם צריך לעבור על גשר צר מאוד, על גשר צר מאוד. והכלל והעיקר שלו יתפחד כלל, שלא יתפחד כלל. והכלל והעיקר שלו יתפחד כלל, שלא יתפחד כלל. ודע שהאדם צריך לעבור על גשר צר מאוד, על גשר צר מאוד. אוי ודע שהאדם צריך לעבור על גשר צר מאוד, על גשר צר מאוד. אוי והכלל והעיקר שלו יתפחד כלל, שלא יתפחד כלל. אוי, והכלל והעיקר שלא יתפחד כלל, שלא יתפחד כלל. אוי, נאי, נא 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 נאי נא נאי נא נאי נא 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 נאי נא נאי נא נאי נא 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 נאי נאי נא נאי נאי na 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 nai na nai na nai na 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 nai 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 na nai na 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 nai nai na nai אוי והכלל והעיקר שלו יתפחד כלל, שלא יתפחד כלל. אוי והכלל והעיקר שלו יתפחד כלל, שלא יתפחד כלל, שלא יתפחד כלל. נא 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 נאי נא נאי נא נאי נא 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 נאי נאי נא נאי נא 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 נאי נאי נא נאי נאי na 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 nai na nai na nai na 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 nai nai na nai na 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 nai 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 na nai nai na 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 nai 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 na nai na 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 nai nai na nai na 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 nai nai na nai nai na 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 nai nai
צריך תמיד להשתדל לחפש תמיד אחר כל זכות ודבר טוב שאפשר למצוא בישראל, ולדון את כל אדם לכף זכות, אפילו החולקים עליו והמבזין אותו, ואז יהיה ניצול תמיד ממחלוקת. ועל ידי זה עושה כתר יקר להשם יתברך בכמה מיני אבנים טובות, כמובן במדרש.
משל לאחד שמצא את חברו, שהוא עושה כתר. משל לאחד שמצא את חברו, שהוא עושה כתר. שאל אותו בשביל מי, ענה לו בשביל המלך. אמר לו כיוון שהוא לצורך המלך. כל אבן טוב שתמצא תקבענו בו.
משל לאחד שמצא את חברו, שהוא עושה כתר. משל לאחד שמצא את חברו, שהוא עושה כתר. שאל אותו, אוי בשביל מי, ענה לו בשביל המלך. אמר לו כיוון שהוא לצורך המלך. כל אבן טוב שתמצא תקבענו בו.
יהודי, אפילו אתה ואני, הם בחינת כתר להשם יתברך, וצריך לחפש ולמצוא בהם כל צד זכות ונקודה טובה, נקודה טובה מעבר מרגלית יקרה, כך בונים את הכתר של השם יתברך. אוי, כך כל יהודי, אפילו אתה ואני, הם בחינת כתר להשם יתברך, וצריך לחפש ולמצוא בהם כל צד זכות ונקודה טובה, נקודה טובה מעבר מרגלית יקרה, כך בונים את הכתר של השם יתברך. אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא, לעת נעשה בחפצו כל, אזי מלך שמו נקרא, אזי מלך שמו נקרא. ואחרי ככלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא, והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה. והוא אלי וחי גואלי וצור חבלי בעת צרה, והוא ניסי ומנוס לי מנת כוסי ביום אקרא, מנת כוסי ביום אקרא. אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא לעת נעשה בחפצו כל אזי מלך שמו נקרא, אזי מלך שמו נקרא.
שיר למעלות, אשא עיניי אל ההרים, מאין יבוא עזרי? עזרי מעם השם, עושה שמיים וארץ, אל ייתן למות רגליך, אל ינום שומרך. הנה לא ינום ולא יישן שומר ישראל. השם שומרך, השם צילך, על יד ימינך. יומם השמש לא יככה, וירח בלילה. השם ישמורך מכל רע, ישמור את נפשך. השם ישמור צאתך ובואך, מעתה ועד עולם. שיר למעלות, אשא עיניי אל ההרים, מאין יבוא עזרי? עזרי מעם השם, עושה שמיים וארץ, אל ייתן למות רגליך, אל ינום שומרך. הנה לא ינום ולא יישן שומר ישראל. השם שומרך, השם צילך, על יד ימינך. יומם השמש לא יככה, וירח בלילה. השם ישמורך מכל רע, ישמור את נפשך. השם ישמור צאתך ובואך, מעתה ועד עולם. נאי 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 na 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 nai na na nai tarai nai na 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 nai tiri na nai 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 hai nai nai na na nai. הנה לא ינום ולא יישן שומר ישראל. השם שומרך, השם צילך,
על יד ימינך. יומם השמש לא יככה וירח בלילה, השם ישמורך מכל רע, ישמור את נפשך, השם ישמור צאתך ובואך מעתה ועד עולם, השם ישמור צאתך ובואך מעתה ועד עולם.
I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay, so I can sit out here and waste my life away, drag back home and drown my troubles away. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. Cause the rich men, cause the rich men. I wish politicians look out for minors, and not just minors on an island somewhere. Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare. God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down. Lord, it's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is living in the new world with an whole soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. 'Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. Cause the rich men, north of rich men. I've been selling my soul, working all day, overtime hours for bullshit pay.
מלאכיך שרת, הללויה, מלאכיך שלום, מלכי ארץ בכל יומי, שרים בכל שופטי. הללויה, מלאכיך שרת, הללויה, מלאכיך שלום, מלכי ארץ בכל שופטיהם. יחללו את שנייה, כי נזכר שמו לבדו. Toda nación se postra ante ti, eterno Elohim, creador de todo es. Aleluya, Malachim Hasharet, aleluya, Malachim Hashalom, Melech Eretz, Bechulomim, Sarim Bechol Shoftei. Toda nación se postre ante ti, eterno Elohim, creador de todo es. Aleluya, Malachim Hasharet, aleluya, Malachim Hashalom, Melech Eretz, Bechulomim, Sarim Bechol Shoftei. Aleluya, Malachim Hasharet, aleluya, Malachim Hashalom, Melech Eretz, Bechulomim, Sarim Bechol Shoftei. Aleluya, Malachim Hasharet, aleluya, Malachim Hashalom, Melech Eretz, Bechulomim, Sarim Bechol Shoftei. המראה במים עליותיו, הסמבים רפותו, המהלך על כנפי רוח, עושה מלאכיו רוחות, משרתה ואש לוהט, יסד ארץ על מכוניה, בתימות עולם ועד.
נוטה שמיים קריאה, הקרא במים עליותיו, הסמבים רכובו, המהלך על כנפי רוח, עושה מלאכיו רוחות, משרתה ואש לוהט, יסד ארץ על מכוניה, בתימות עולם ועד.
מזמור לדוד, השם רואי לא יחסר, בנאות דשא ירביצני, על מי מנוחות ינעלני. נפשי ישובב ידרני, רגלי צדק למען שמו, גם כי ילך בגיא צלמוות לא יירא, כי אתה עמדי. שבטך ומשענתך המה ינחמוני, תערוך לפניי שולחן נגד צורריי, תשענת בשמן ראשי, כוסי רוויה, אך טוב החסד ירדפוני כל ימי חיי, ושבתי בבית השם לאורך ימים, לאורך ימים. מזמור לדוד, השם רואי לא יחסר, בנאות דשא ירביצני, על מי מנוחות ינעלני. נפשי ישובב ידרני, רגלי צדק למען שמו, גם כי ילך בגיא צלמוות לא יירא, כי אתה עמדי.
משנתך, המה נחמוני. נעבור במלאי שובן בזורי, נשמת השם אנושי, תסיר מיה, הטוב ועשר יתקוני. כל ימי חיי, נשארתי לבית השם, ואורך ימים. אורך ימים,
שיר למעלות, אשא עיניי אל ההרים, מאין יבוא עזרי, עזרי מעם השם, עושה שמיים וארץ, אל ייתן למות רגליך, אל ינום שומרך. הנה לא ינום ולא ישן שומר ישראל, השם שומרך, השם צילך, על יד ימינך. יומם השמש לא יככה וירח בלילה, השם ישמורך מכל רע, ישמור את נפשך, השם ישמור צאתך ובואך, מעתה ועד עולם. שיר למעלות, אשא עיניי אל ההרים, מאין יבוא עזרי, עזרי מעם השם, עושה שמיים וארץ, אל ייתן למות רגליך, אל ינום שומרך. הנה לא ינום ולא ישן שומר ישראל, השם שומרך, השם צילך, על יד ימינך. יומם השמש לא יככה וירח בלילה, השם ישמורך מכל רע, ישמור את נפשך, השם ישמור צאתך ובואך, מעתה ועד עולם. השם שומרך, השם צילך, על יד ימינך. יומם השמש לא יככה וירח בלילה, השם ישמורך מכל רע, ישמור את נפשך, השם ישמור צאתך ובואך, מעתה ועד עולם. אוי 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 אוי, שיר למעלות, אשא עיניי אל ההרים, אוי מאין יבוא עזרי, השם עושה שמיים וארץ, אני אתן למות רגליך, על ינום שומרך. אוי 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 שיר למענו, שא עיניי אל ההרים, אוי מאין יבוא עזרי, עזרי מעם השם.
למען אחי ורעי, למען אחי ורעי, אדברנה, אדברנה, השלום בא. למען אחי ורעי, למען אחי ורעי, אדברנה, אדברנה, שלום בא. למען בין השם אלוקינו, המקשתו לה. למען בין השם אלוקינו, המקשתו לה. לה 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 לה. La 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 la